Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is going to be the first video of many more to come. We're going to learn together the Java programming language. I have a rough estimation of what I'm going to do throughout the next about 20-25 videos. These are the topics that are going to be covered in the next 20 to 25 videos. Some may change a little bit. This may be covered before this and so on, but roughly these are the things that are going to be covered. I know it's not something original, but stick with me. There will be a couple of very interesting projects towards the end that you'll be able to put in your resume. So let's get to business. Let's see what we're going to be covering on the first video. We're going to install the Eclipse IDE, and then after that we're just going to briefly talk about the projects that we're going to cover in this video tutorial. The projects are going to be towards the second part of the playlist. If you're someone who's advanced in Java and watching these videos, you guys could skip ahead, look for these videos, you could skip the basic stuff. But if you're learning programming language for the first time, or beginner, or learning the Java programming language for the first time, even though you know other programming language, then yeah, you may want to stick around for this, because there's sort of like a prereq for these. We're going to be also covering data structures, a couple of the data structure topics like linked list, queues, trees, searching algorithms, and so on, that are very useful. If you're a programmer. You should know about them. But it's a little bit advanced if you don't want to go that deep into the programming language. If you just want to know the basic, then you just have to watch these videos. But I do promise you that these projects that are going to be associated with these topics are going to be worth it. We're going to talk more about the projects later, but let's go ahead and let's install Eclipse. Oh, before we install Eclipse, what is an IDE? IDE is it's a glorified notepad essentially. You could write codes in your notepad, and technically you could run the codes if you save the file with the correct extension and so on. But IDEs makes our life easier. You'll see if we as we install this thing and use this, it'll come in a lot handy. If you're using another IDE, there's nothing wrong with it. There are better IDEs than Eclipse, obviously, but this is my preference. This IDE does the basics done. Obviously you can use this for advanced stuff too, but I recommend downloading this with me, because if you run into any sorts of trouble, then I could help you out more easily, I suppose, if you leave your problems down in the comments below. Alright, let's get to the download on the top right corner. Okay, we're gonna get the Eclipse IDE 2019-12 64-bit. Yes, that's correct. If you have 32-bit computer, then go for 32 bits. Yeah, download. Sorry, we don't have the money. I'm gonna run this. Run it. Okay, this is something that you may face if you never have installed Java in your system before. It's not gonna find the latest version of Java. So yeah, we're gonna install Oracle JDK 13, or the whatever latest version that you have. Hopefully our code's gonna run in that as well. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I accept. I'm gonna go for Windows 64-bit. Went for the exe version. Don't have a zip file. I don't have any software right now to unzip a zip file. Okay. Java. Okay, next. Okay, it's installed in my system. I could close this. Let's see. We may have to download this again to install this. Okay. Let's run this. This time it should find the latest version of Java in my system. Oh look, it's the Eclipse sign. Okay. So I want to download Eclipse for Java developer. You could do it for C++, PHP, and other stuff, other exciting stuff. But let's go for the Java developers without wasting much more time. I don't want to do it in C. I want to do it in somewhere else actually. But they're making me do it in C. Okay. Okay. If it must be done, then it must be done. The reason I don't want to do it in C, you guys could do it in wherever you want in your computer. My C drive is almost full. There's only 40 gigs left, but we don't really need 40 gigs for Java, but no. Wanted to keep this empty. These two games, they take up so much space. Alright, let's install this. Except now. Yes, accept. I'm gonna skip to the end, maybe, if it takes a very long time. Yes, I trust this file. And we could launch this. Okay, workspace. Now I want to keep the workspace in D drive if I may. Let's make a new folder. Let's call this Java. That's where all your files are going to be saved, but obviously if you want you could individually save different project, different files into different folders. It doesn't have to be, but by default this is the folder that's where all your project, all your files are going to be saved. So I'm going to click launch and see Eclipse. Okay, this is how Eclipse looks by default. You could change the theme to black. Later on I'll show you how to do that, but for now let me show you the basic how to do this. If you click on new, click on Java project, you could give a project name and you'll start a new project. I'll show you that in the next video because that's when we're going to be writing our first program, which is going to be our Hello World program, which is something programmers love to do whenever they learn a new language. First thing they want to do is write a Hello World program. Okay, so let's go back and let's talk about these 4 projects, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 projects that I have in mind. I may not do all 5 of them. I may do more than 5 of them. I still have 2 projects in mind that I may do, but let's talk about them individually a little bit. Course planner project. So what is going to be a course planner? So I'm from New York. If you're a high school student, in Pupil Path you could see your course, right? Someone had to add those courses in your Pupil Path account, right? If you're a college student, maybe CUNY first, maybe Solar, or maybe in Blackboard, someone had to add those courses. So a course planner is, you're an administrator, you want to add courses for students, let's say. That is going to be our course planner project. Second project is going to be our train car manager. So if you're a train car manager and let's say you are in charge of finding out cargo trains, what are, in each different cart of cargo can, what does it contain, what's the load of it, how much does it weigh, and so on. Is it dangerous? Is it something dangerous? Explosives, like coal, let's say, right? You're supposed to keep track of all of that. Obviously, back in the days, we would keep track of that by using pen and paper, but nowadays we could use um, we could have a programming language. We could have a program to keep track of all that. So anybody from anywhere who's using that program, they could see what's going on in the car. So let me show you what these two projects look like, and I'll show you the other projects as well. So let's get the project 1. So there's a lot of things here that is being talked about, so don't worry too much about it. It's just a lot of in details of every class, what the class is supposed to do, and so on. It seems a lot of information, but trust me, when you start doing the project, you'll thank me. Like, you'll thank this project for having so much information, because it looks very clear what each class is supposed to do and so on. Alright, let me go all the way down. Okay, so this is the menu. This is what it's supposed to look like when you run the program. This is what the menu that's gonna pop up at the beginning. So yeah, it will ask the user to basically press one of these button and then press enter to do whatever you want it to do. You want to add course or remove course, print course, and so on. So see, this is how it looks like. Look over here. This is what when you enter a location, enter information. It says like this is been successfully added to the planner. If you want to print the planner, this is what it looks like. This is how the program will look like. For the second program, let's go to project 2. Okay, so right here, train car, again a lot of information that we'll go into later on when we are doing actually the project itself. This is what the menu will look like. You want to add a cart, then you say, okay, this cart is 15 meters long, it has a 10 weight, 10 lbs, let's say, which is a waste of space, but whatever. Then if you put this and then you print this is what it looks like. Oh, the first card has a length of 15, weight of 10. It's currently empty. Has 0 weight. Oh, okay. So the weight, the first weight is the weight of the card. The second weight is what's inside of the card, and how much value, like how much the things that are inside the card, how much is it worth? Is it dangerous or not? Let's scroll down a little bit right here. Now we have things that are inside it, information that are inside it. Oh, we have corn, 100 pounds, let's say, okay, and it's worth $15,440, and it's not dangerous. Okay, sure. Okay, so that's that's what it looks like basically. Similar style, we can go in detail, but like doesn't really matter right now. We have a network router simulator where we have routers in our home. There are multiple devices that are connected to the router, and so when you're texting someone, all the texts are being encoded, and then they're being broken into separate packages, and they're being sent through your router, and then your router also receives package. Let's say if someone texts you back, and there are multiple devices that are connected to the router, so the router has to know which destination that this is going to, and these packets are going to be broken into like hundreds of pieces for encoding purposes, so someone can tap into your router and try to get the message before you. And we're basically going to simulate using queues and priority queues for that. Basically that's what we are going to do in this project. Fourth project is Linux Bash file system simulator. So if you go to your command prompt, if you type out the files, it will show you a tree of files that is in your system. So we're gonna build a similar system, file system, for our project there. And the last one is a very interesting one. So we're gonna get auction data from eBay, and then we are going to build a program where we can bid on those auction data. So over there, not only you're going to learn about data manipulation, you're going to learn how to manipulate data using Java programming language, but we're also going to learn a little bit of web development, web programming as well, like how web programs are written and so on. So that is a brief explanation of the project that we're going to go over, and basically my whole coursework. If you like it, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.